been having.
There we go.
Yeah. Totes. Especially when peaches and
So, D&D. Does anyone remember what that is?
no.
Why are we here?
From the
It's the thing-
1983, I believe.
It's a thing that makes Thursdays great.
Correct answer. Given that,
Does Jim have inspiration now, by the way?
sorry, say again?
Was that inspiration you gave earlier?
Yes, it was.
Yes. Get in.
Who would like to give the recap?
We fought a flying ship.
Stackable.
Good
Yeah.
recap.
Quite a lot of detail, but it feels like it was a very long time ago.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
we sneak onto the ship. Edge is doing his ninja rolling shiz. Ray is in bat form, which who knew that was the thing. Book is being a bit of a liability.
Yeah.
We're sort of going stealth mode, and then Roger's like, YOLO, I'm going in, doing some shiz. I think somehow that involves the hobgoblin missing that happening, and Roger runs up the stairs.
Yeah, Jim made a bacon smell. It slightly distracted him, and then.
And I managed to stealth, didn't I, up the stairs?
Yeah. Roger stealth
Cool.
up the
So
and
Roger's
then-
on deck. Edge and Ray are sorting out the hobgoblin. Roger, for some reason, sets fire to the deck.
No. Oh yeah, he does. Douses the oil. Yeah.
Oh, gets shot at by the hobgoblin captain. So there's hobgoblins all around with like things on sticks, snapping things on sticks. There's a main hobgoblin firing arrows. It all sounds a bit stressful. Roger starts setting fire to the ship for reasons.
I was trying to create a barrier between me and the guy who was coming towards me, but obviously forgetting at the tender age of 16 that wood and fire don't mix.
I mean, fire is a barrier regardless, right? There's some more fighting going on. Edge dispossesses one of the hobgoblins of their staff, having been bitten by the side by it. Jack has Tom Jack has arranged for ballistas to fire at the ship to the balloon. The shots miss, but the ships get stuck together and it starts to lift them up. I've written Roger stabs and kills a dude, and then Jim puts the fire out a bit. Edge gets the bitey stick. Jack realizes that the flying ship is lifting up. I don't know which one's the all-trades anymore. It's all a bit complicated. The lower ship, and drops the anchor, but gets a voice in his head telling him you need to take the other ship. Roger shoots one of the mages. Oh, so it all turns into trying to stop the mages from making the ship rise too fast so that we can keep everything under control. Book can translate the goblin shouting at the lifeless figure on the deck. Wake up, why don't you wake up? You can take them all. Edge bites one of the other mages, and then I've written most of the ship is now dead, quite a lot of fire, and then Jack gets fired from the cannon. Leroy Jenkins straight on top of a mage cage.
I'd forgotten about that. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And would have been spectacular if you'd have rolled in that one.
Yeah. And I think as he landed on the cage, he said, "Get off my ship."
And then everyone was busy last week, so we had a sort of offline thing where I actually can't remember what happened then. We had a bunch of choices, and everyone got a bit confused.
Open the.
Yeah, I got lost with that because I was working, not paying attention.
I fell asleep. I put the kids down and lay down and fell asleep.
Yeah, I think I answered the first two polls and then fell asleep.
So, you as you approached, you basically killed the hobgoblins who were nominally in charge, and this made the rest of the goblins who have been called snappers kind of back off a bit and look like they're surrendering. You decide to take one prisoner, but chuck the rest overboard to have the gods or whatever they believe in decide their fate. And at the same time, as you approach the figure of Vex Stormsong, who is sitting up on the top deck in like a sea chair, slumped forward. Roger yanks a piece of paper out of his hand as he slumps lifelessly forward, and underneath you hear a rattling from a chest that is like built into the back of this chair. It's bolted and chained and locked shut, and after cautiously listening, you hear the muffled voice of a very, very angry gentleman talking about killing goblins, fuck them all, I'll grind their bones to soap. And you guys think, yep, I'll keep on opening. So you cautiously undo the locks. I'm not quite sure how you cautiously unlock him, but he dives out, and you see this fellow. Hopefully you're on the right screen, but you see this fellow who looks quite mad and brandishing a large axe. He's got kind of a haggard beard. He looks like aged and weathered. And he's got like little tokens and trophies all over his person. And he bursts out of this cage, kind of looks at you all, but then immediately locks eyes with this goblin prisoner who you've got. And this guy is not happy. He starts talking about how goblin lovers should be killed and death to all goblins. And he starts making for this goblin. Now, the captain recognizes that this is likely to be the fabled Oliver Deathaxe, who players of my previous campaign would know as young Oliver Bolliver. Oliver Bolliver being the son of Oliver Soap, who was accidentally instantly incinerated by a fireball cast by a crazed, semi-mutated goblin shaman who was high on soap, which seems to have a particular effect on goblins. And so this friendly Treguard style NPC in Bolivar Soap, who had a lot of thought and background put into him, was instantly killed in the first episode.
Hey, I tried so hard to save him, and you were like, "Okay, yeah, this guy just fireballs you." Okay. Oh yeah, fireballs here. Wait. Oh yeah, that NPC I made's dead now.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Because he had 4 hit points.
So is it fair to say that this character that exists now is something of a revenge?
Oh yeah.
Perhaps by the mythical writer of the universe.
So you
yeah,
got
inadvertently. I think it was Dovkin went out to find him.
Yep.
And then told him what happened to his dad.
Yep.
And then he kind of went, "Fucking goblins," and now had a vengeance against goblins, which Dovkin also funded, I believe. I think he gave him a bunch of money.
Yeah, and another NPC to go off and look after him and help train him up.
Yeah. And he's turned into this.
Yeah, that was 50 years ago. And yeah, it seems that Oliver Deathaxe is still on an anti-goblin crusade. So we rejoin things. The ship is no longer rising up. You've incapacitated... let me just wait until the animation goes back again. You've incapacitated 2 of the wizards. The others are still keeping it going. There's 2 large holes in the deck from where the fire burnt through, but the fire is now out. And one of the supporting cables that's keeping like the balloon bit upright has been severed. There was a combination of responses of whether to let Oliver have at this goblin and chop his head off, versus the people who thought, well, no, this is a hostage. He could be important. Let's keep him alive. So at the moment we rejoin this, you can see Oliver has a look of murderous rage in his eyes, and you see him reach into a pouch and just and he is sprinting. What would you guys like to do?
Tom wouldn't stop him. Tom knows of Oliver Deathaxe and kind of a role model. Kind of like growing up, he heard the stories and it's like, that's what I want to be.
Edge was attempting to save the prisoner, or at least incapacitate the new adversary, but I think on the orders or the direction of the captain would stand down.
I think also you gotta remember why we're here. We're here for Jim's quest. It's like, do we care if this goblin dies? What can this goblin tell us that would help us with what Jim wants to do? It's like, why would we want information? Are we not just resurrecting a guy and leaving?
I think there's a sort of residual question of honour from Edge's point of view, that this is a prisoner now. And therefore, despite the fact it was a goblin, 2 seconds ago, Edge wouldn't have been upset about throwing him over the side, but now you've made him a prisoner, you can't just start letting people hack him to death.
He's a goblin. He has no rights.
Roger wants
Jim
to
would-
ask the crazy guy if he's got any mushrooms.
Jim would very much
And he has soap.
walk past Deathaxe, not really paying him any attention. Eyes fixed on the captain.
So he ignores you, going out of his, like leaving his path. He sees Roger kind of in front of this goblin and saying, do you have any mushrooms? I don't have no mushrooms, I got soap. Soap's better than mushrooms. Soap makes me see clear. Makes me see clear, makes me find the goblins and chop their fucking heads off. Don't you be coming here with your... What do you say?
Do you want to trade some soap for a mushroom? I've got some mushrooms in a jar. Do you want to try one?
What good be just normal little mushrooms? And I got prime soap.
Then they're not normal. They're better than soap.
Give me a persuasion check.
While that's happening, is the soap literally soap?
It's social cocaine.
Just checking.
It's a street one.
Yeah. 22.
Oh shit. Tell me, lad, what kind of effect might this mushroom have?
I thought it was a nat 20 as well.
I don't know. I mean, I had some mushrooms before, and I turned into this massive, great tree thing, and it was amazing. A little bit weird. It took a little while to disappear, and then suddenly I went from being 12 to being 16 overnight as well. These are like bits that I saved off of bits that I cut off of myself when I was the big tree mushroom thing. So I don't really know what they'll do, but hey, you eat soap, so why wouldn't you try this?
Big tree thing, you say? Big?
Huge.
Kind of thing that could stomp on a goblin.
Do you want to try a salty one or a dried one? I got both.
What be your name, young lad?
I'm Roger. Roger Ratscrub.
As he says
Pleased to
that,
meet.
he leans around you to lock eyes with the goblin, who has a little damp patch at his feet now. I ain't forgot about you, you little turd. I'm going to chop your head off. Just give me 1 minute.
Is it reasonable that while this is going on, he is sufficiently distracted that Edge could signal to Book to spirit the goblin downstairs?
You could certainly try. How are you going to signal to Book?
Semaphore.
I think Edge would try something more like military style, without necessarily, because I don't think Edge has particularly encountered Book, so I might assume that she's more whatever. But then if it came to it, it would just be like take this and put it downstairs.
Okay. So let me just open up.
Happy to roll something for that. I'm
Character
not sure
sheet.
what that would be.
I've got to be a performance, right?
It will be a performance. It'll be both your perform. You've got to get high enough on your performance, and she's got to get high enough on her insight to properly understand what you're getting at. 19's not bad. 18's not bad. So let's have a look. What does she have? So. She would. So she would cast Hold Person, because she doesn't have any spells to teleport. So she would cast Hold Person on this goblin, and then she would try and sneak up and just kind of slowly drag him away. So she would go there and start.
Does Hold Person do?
It just makes this person
someone moving.
incapacitated.
Right.
Yeah, they're paralysed.
Fine, and as part of that, Edge would be, I mean, assuming Roger's got a... What are we calling him? Death Axe. Oliver. Death Axe. Captain Death Axe? What is he?
He's Oliver Death Axe.
Oliver
He's
Death
just
Axe.
a guy that kills
thing,
goblins.
Cool. So, Edge would assume that Roger had Oliver Death Axe's attention, but would be prepared to step in with some more flourishes were that to look like Book wasn't making enough progress.
I also have some question about the logistics of how he fit inside of a chest. Is it a big chest, or was it
So
like folded in half?
So Vex Stormsong is a not a medium creature, but a large creature.
Right.
So if you think of the space underneath the chair you're sitting on right now, at kind of half again upwards and outwards, that's kind of the size of space underneath. So you could clump up a spindly adult.
Okay.
And how old is Oliver Death Axe? I think you sort of described him as being old. Oh, no, so you were talking about his dad, I think, as the wizard. Nice.
Yeah.
So
the guy that died was his dad.
Yeah, the guy died.
So he's the angry elf from the picture.
Was
the
not an elf, he's human.
So
A hat.
the guy in the hat who looked crazy and angry was the child version after they'd sent the original party had sent him away to get trained up and paid for his revenge when he just started out. The party could have come across him again, but didn't.
That was 50 years ago.
Yeah. So he is kind of mid-60s, but looks older because he's been worn by life.
I've just put the picture in the chat from what's it? I remember that now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So he
Sorry,
says
no further questions.
he says to Roger, "You know what? You remind me of me.
Long time ago, I like to experiment with stuff too, especially stuff that made me stronger, able to kill goblins. I'll make you a deal. I'll trade some of your mushrooms for some of my prime soap. But listen, don't ever give any soap to a goblin. Most dangerous thing
Why
you can
not?
do. Take a knee. Let me tell you a story. I ain't forgot about you. Let me tell you a story. Oh, the sea air gets in my throat. Long ago.
Bless you.
That'd be the super glue rip.
Are you okay, Defax?
I just got a little bit of salty air in my throat there. I've been locked in that box for too long. Long time ago. Goblin stole a stockpile of soap. Breathed it all in and turned him into something unnatural, something perverse, something that's at the heart of all goblins. And murdered my father in cold blood. His body left by the roadside. A vicious act of savagery. That's when I knew that would never happen again. No more sons' fathers or daughters' fathers, or sons' sons or fathers' sons, or sons' fathers' uncles' sons, would ever suffer the same fate. So I'm going to kill them all, you see.
That's
You
a
know-
sad tale. I'm sorry that happened to you.
It is, I'm a tragic
Roger's-
character.
Roger is going to reach into his bag. He's going to get one of his dried mushrooms out of the jar. And he is going to offer it to the scary haired dude with the flask of tea. And suggest that he eats the mushroom now. And follows it up with some tea.
He offers you in return a little tiny baggie of a white powder.
Here you go, that's the family brand, that's the good stuff. Where will you be taking that goblin?
As this is happening, can Jim D doing something with the captain?
I noticed how Jim's been sneaking up while the conversation's been going on. Whether the universe has fully accepted that or not.
What's Jim doing with the captain?
Jim's going to. So the captain sat down, yeah.
Mhm.
Has he got like a normal helmet on? Is it one that will lift up?
As you get closer, what looks like a helmet, you can see is just his face. It is like he is a construction. And you would recognize this as a warforged. So this is a construction that has been deliberately created and brought to life by magical means in order to serve a specific purpose, usually to fight in a war, but has thrown loose the shackles of its purpose and has its own free will. But this one seems slumped forward and lifeless.
We talking like a robot or more like a Frankenstein's monster? Or a third thing?
Think kind of if Frankenstein's monster was mostly clockwork on the inside and brought to life with spells.
Yeah, if you click on that
Okay.
link I put in the chat and click images, you can see a representation of a Warforge.
Would that functionally be treated as a person if we saw one, or would it be like seeing a battle tank? You just don't see those outside of the.
It is a playable character race.
Okay.
So you would know that they have kind of their own consciousness, their own conscience, their own aims and goals and morals. But they are synthetic.
So tell me.
Oh, so were you going to do anything else other than examine Vex's face?
Jim was he was going to, but like getting up close and being stood on his lap now. He's going to be looking at his tattoos and looking at the Warforged, and he's going to stop and he's going to look around. And he'll just message Burke and say, no, he won't. Sorry, he'll message Tom, his captain, and he'll say, Captain, I don't know what this is going to do, but I think you need to get the mages out of the cages before I do it.
All right, but I just got one thing I want to ask. Was it your thing to resurrect 3 people or this guy?
It was.
Can't you just res those 3 goblins and be done with it?
I'm not sure if that deal still stands.
All right, cool. All right. Tom would leave everyone to deal what they're doing. He doesn't really give a shit about the goblin. He's gonna come over to the mages in cages.
Oh, not just to go for a snack.
Is your plan to torture that goblin? Because I'm all in favour of that, but I will be having its head. That's kind of my thing. I thank you for the mushroom. I'll be having that later. But, priorities are priorities. I've kind of got a little bit of unfinished business, if you take my meaning. Quite like to just take that goblin's head.
Okay, so Edge is going to come up and say, no, that's not a goblin, it's just a very small person. Listen, and he grab round the arm and try and gently persuade him to come upstairs and just discuss the box that he's been in.
You're telling me that ain't no goblin?
Listen, we all snort a few things now and again. You know, whether it be your soap or your mushrooms, wink wink, it's easy to get confused. But listen, this box. Where did you find yourself in this box?
Right, well, I was fucking up goblins, and I got jumped by a gang of hobgoblins who told me they were going to take me back to their ship full of goblins, and I'm going to enjoy, as they put it, the experience of being a prisoner of a ship full of goblins. So let's be circling back to your assertion that goblin over there ain't nothing but a non-goblin.
Well, you know, goblins, hobgoblins, non-goblins. But the box, you're in the box, and there's the big dude. Who's the big dude?
No old fucking idea.
I see. But
he looks very big,
though.
He's
not a goblin.
Well, obviously he's not a goblin. Also, he looks either sleepy or dead, but also made of metal. Now, I ain't seen no goblin made of metal yet.
Be quite a thing, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, you'd think so. But I've got a friend who knows this spell called heat metal. And I keep telling that friend, that spell's too broken. But she says, no, useful if never mind. I'm prepared if that ever happens. I agree that's no goblin. But you're gonna have to convince me, somehow, that fucker ain't a goblin.
by this point, how far has Book managed to get the goblin?
Let's say about there.
What?
So like
Shit.
halfway to the hatch, but you know, if you want to be really forceful, could possibly smash it through this grate here.
I mean,
I don't know if the goblin's well-being is high up on your list of priorities.
I think Edge is starting to wonder whether this is the problem as much as it was. Perhaps the hope was that by sort of trying to distract this guy, it would at least quell some of his goblin lust. But
I mean, in fairness, he's not chopped your head off to get to the goblin's head, so you're doing well.
yeah, and then okay, so the next question is, all right, so you kill the goblin, and then you're on a ship in the sky. What I mean?
Whoa! What the fuck do you mean? I'm on a ship in the sky.
Yeah, let's go and have a look at that.
Holy! No, that can't.
Can we?
I thought
take
this
him?
felt a bit weird.
Let's take him over to the edge over here.
I'm suspicious of you.
Give me a persuasion check.
What, to get him to come and look over the edge?
Yeah, you're trying to persuade him that this is something remarkable, and that you're not lying, and that this is more important than the goblin that he really wants to kill.
But I'm trying to persuade him he's in the sky. Or just that it's worth looking at the fact that's happening.
That it's more important than the goblin.
Jeepers creepers. Okay.
Given that you were quite good at letting this thing not fly too high up.
Fine, but it's definitely in the sky. 50.
How much health's Edge got? Because I can't see it on there.
22 out of 36.
Okay.
And maybe has a bite wound. Actually, we didn't resolve that. He got bitten by one of those dudes. Has that got any residual effects?
No. It just stayed on you for a while until you pried it off. That was going to be the thing. Like, you were grappled, and so were the end of a stick, and so could be pushed off the edge of a potentially very high building. But it didn't do ongoing damage. High building, high ship.
I mean, this level of confusion should be enough for this guy to want to see. Is he on a building? Is he on a ship? Who knows? Balls.
I'll take a look.
Okay, so...
But I've not... Don't you think I forgot about that goblin there, but I'll take a look.
Okay,
I'm
so
still watching.
As he's walking past Edge, perhaps on the way to have a look over the side, Edge would be looking at Bookham using his eyes to express the idea it's important this happens quicker.
Okie dokie. Where's it gone? She's moving quickly. She's moving quickly, kind of this way.
Sort of like a pet. Like if I told one of the cats to do something, this is the sort of response
So
I'd
what
expect.
Book has seen is from quite a way, you kind of going things like that, and she's just kind of going, okay, I think that means quickly, and he seems to be kind of doing it in a sideways motion. Logically, that means I go this way.
How likely is it that if Edge just internally screamed at Jim, that Jim could hear him, given the whole Book?
I'm not sure you have that level of psychic connection yet.
Okay, that's fine. No, it's more not that Edge could project it, but that could Jim hear it? That was the question. If the answer is no, that's fine.
Jim speaks to us through a spell. He's not innately able to talk to us or
That's fine.
read
I'll just
people's
check.
minds.
Funnily enough, Book also is able to do it, but it's just looking at you like, what?
So Book
That
has
is even funnier.
hidden the goblin by dangling him over the side, and is just holding on.
I mean, I suppose that's something.
Um,
So as Edge sees that, is it possible that he can direct Oliver Deathax to look and say, "Look, we're disposing of it, whatever it was anyway. Now you need to just have a quick look over here, sir." Happy to roll persuasion.
Tying him up and drowning him, eh?
Well, you can't be too careful with these things that could be goblins.
I don't disapprove. You're right. I knew what you... Because you said it weren't goblins. But
But you convinced me that were it a goblin, zero tolerance.
Ha! Put her there! Oliver Deathax.
Pleasure. Harpoon. Call me Edge.
Nice to meet you, Harpoon Edge. So, how's this ship got all the way up here?
Well, there's the question. That's why we wanted to talk to this big dude up here.
Look at that. He looks like a statue to me. Or dead. But,
Jim,
I've seen stranger things.
I haven't yet. No spoilers.
I likes me a little bit of joke referencing the cultural zeitgeist, I do.
Jim message Roger. Just say, Roger, lad, need to free those mages.
That's what Tom's over here for.
so yeah, Tom's doing that. Is Roger responding to that? And what's Roger's reaction to being given a small bag of drugs?
Roger is intrigued by the white baggie of powder. I quoted the good stuff as I put it in my inventory. And he's going to say to the old guy, so what happened when you tried this the first time? Did you try all of it or did you try a little bit of it?
I tried a little bit at first and made me feel strong and good. And you if you get it wrong though. I tried mixing it with some stuff. Or maybe very sleepy. I tried mixing with other stuff. And I thought, well, that's very strange. I feel like I'm made of toad. So it's a little bit.
Maybe I'm gonna save it for a little while, I think. But are you gonna drink this tea with your mushroom?
I'll have the tea. I might. See how this mushroom goes with a bit of soap.
Well, I think you should try it separately first of all. But it's up to you, I guess. You don't know what the mushroom will do to you. Wouldn't it be better to find out on his own?
Should we do it together?
No, I'm going to wait for you to try the mushroom. I've been a mushroom person. I know how awesome it was, but I didn't, I'm not down with taking bags of powder right now. I'm only just 16. You must have been 140 when you took this or something.
You think, how old do you think I am?
Older than me. I'm not very good with numbers.
I'm not very good with numbers either. I'm 140. That sounds about right. Good number.
Yeah.
Tom, what are you doing around these wizards?
He's gonna go over and go. Alright guys, can we bring the ship down? We killed all the goblins, so I guess you're free. But we need to go down first.
There is no response.
He'll say that again, but much louder. And I'm sure there's still no response.
No response.
The cages are suspended, right?
They are.
Maybe he'll throw something at one of the cages. Something lying around and get their attention.
So there's like odds and ends, and there's like little bit chunks of wood and stuff. You throw at the cages. Stuff that kind of hits the cages, they don't seem particularly responsive of. When stuff goes through the bars and hits them, they kind of stop briefly, but then they kind of go back into their state of zapping this thing. As you look, their eyes are kind of glazed over, and it looks like they are just unresponsive to anything.
What does Tom see when he tries to look at their auras?
You see kind of with other people's auras, it kind of goes around their whole body. It's like fully coming out of all of them. With theirs, it's like it's like it's only focused on certain parts at a time. Like there's not enough to go around the whole body, so it's kind of there's a bit around their hands and a bit around their head, and it kind of pulsates, but it's like it's not all the way there.
Right, okay. I think Tom's going to head back the rest of the group. He'll be like, alright, I don't think these mages and cages are all there. They're either dead or in some sort of like undeath trance, making them cast these spells. That's what I think anyway. So I think either we've got to put them out of misery or find out how they were being controlled.
Captain, can I borrow you for a second? And Book kind of says that to you as you're going past. Captain?
Yeah, what's up?
I hate to pester you, and I would say this louder, but this fellow's getting a little bit heavy. He's begging for his life, you see, and he's just told me that if you say down in his tongue, in well, not in his tongue, in a tongue that the hobgoblin leaders spoke, that they'd respond to those commands.
Do you know what it would be? What the word would be?
Yes, if I can do it if you like.
Yeah, please do.
And she I can't turn to if you just turn to them and you say Grushna, they'll go down. But I think you should also like tell them when to stop going down as well. That might be useful as well. So you say Grushna is down and Go is stop.
Are you sure about that? That sounds very similar to go.
I know. It's an interesting linguistic thing. You see, there's actually a few of them even in common. You know how it's a strange word thing how the derivations come out. You know, to alight something means to get off, but you know, light is something lighter. It's all very, very interesting. Flammable, inflammable, all of that kind of thing. But trust me, I know my words.
Well, thanks. Well, I think we've all got all we can get out of that goblin, so you can just let him go. And he'll head over here and go, Lushna.
On the captain's orders. Goblin is... No, I bled for my life. I gave you information. Splash. And the hearing this, the wizards seem to respond and they lower their hands. And the ship starts slowly descending until finally it lands in the water.
And then Tom would say, go.
And then they look like they're just keeping it stable.
That's mighty fine.
So have we dropped the goblin?
It was flying. Now we've gone down again. This is a flying ship.
And Tom, you hear in your... Sorry, Jack. You hear in your head...
Good, my boy, good. You've got control of it now. The ship could be yours. This could be the most powerful old trades there's ever been. Take it, my boy. Take it.
I don't like it. I don't like using...
Right, so... I don't mean to impose, but I guess I'm on your ship now if they've taken over this ship, but I'm fine swimming, but I'd be much obliged if you could either take me to wherever you go and drop me off, or if you know where there's goblins, I'm very happy to come along and get rid of them goblins, or if there's going to be goblins where you're going, I'll chop them up into bits.
Tom will say, "Oh, yes, Mr. Death Axe. Yes, you're very welcome to stay on my ship. I'm a huge fan. I've heard all your tales, and God, I think you're the best goblin killer that there's ever been."
Edge would just whisper gently, "He's not going to turn into another Saturday, is he?" To Tom Jack.
Not unless you turn into a goblin. I think you should be fine.
Okay.
You're flattering me, saying kind things like that.
When I was a little one, I heard your story, and it drove me to become who I am today.
Gets me, it does. Gets me right, you. Old Death Axe got a sensitive soul. You there, young boy. Are you safe here? These don't looking after you. You're a strapping lad, but you're a young lad all the same.
I'm looking after them, really. They just don't know it.
That's me, boy. Good lad, good lad. Here, have a bit more soap. Do you good, put yours in your chest.
Is that another baggie? Do I need to
yes.
add another baggie?
Mm-hmm.
Have you got anything else you'd like to give me? Have you got like something that you've had because you were awesome and you want to tell me a story about it and give it to me as a kind of like we've just become friends kind of thing?
Well, since you asked nicely, I've got right here. Where's it gone? Oh yes, here it is. I got here,
and he pulls out a bone from his trousers. It's about that big. Don't know how.
Yeah, sure is.
Don't know how he was.
That's what she said.
Oi.
this here's the leg bone of the tallest goblin there's ever roamed the land. I saw it.
Did he have a name?
I gave him a name. I called him Knobhead Longshanks. Because he had really long legs. He was a knobhead. He kept saying, I'm not a goblin. But I said, I see you through your tricks. And I took a big handful of soap and I breathed it all up. It made me super strong. I ran right up his legs. I chopped his head clean off. And then I took his bones. Now, the good thing is, this was a special goblin. Because when I burned up the rest of his body, the fumes that it made, they mixed with me soap. Oh, that was a fine day. I had a party that lasted for 19 straight days. I danced with the twigs. There were lights in the sky. I'm fairly sure that I met several guards that night. It's amazing the thing that you can do when you mix up a little bit of soap and other things. I'd like you to have this bone. I'm going to give you my bone, Roger.
Thanks. Can I call it Terry?
I do not see why not.
I'm going to put it in my bag. Thank you.
You have a large, absolutely not goblin bone.
Called Terry.
It's in my bag as Terry the large bone.
Edge would, at this point, kind of shake off a little bit. What are your orders, Captain? Are we going back to the old trades, or are we on and fixing the old trades?
I think either way, we want to take this ship. Whether or not we keep it as is, I'll have to decide on. But I think first things first, check the hull, make sure no holes. And I think we're going to sail it as opposed to fly it.
Single
I
eye.
Do a little
assume there's
salute.
I
I'd
assume
be
there's
happy to go
all
and inspect the hull.
on this boat that allows it to be seafaring as opposed to flying.
It's
Assume
perfectly
it's-
capable
are
of being. On
As
the
all like
water.
sails and shit.
Yep, it can sail.
Good. So Tom would go to Buck and ask, what would be the word for stop or stop casting or don't use magic, something like that.
Go is just stop. I mean, I guess you could tell him to sleep, I suppose, something like that.
Oh, Buck, I've got a great idea. It's mission perfect just for you.
Do you think it would impress Jim?
Oh, definitely. If you could figure out how these guys work and get them to stop, that would be great.
To stop doing.
To stop casting, stop using the magic. Figure out how they're doing it as well.
Okay, and you'll tell Jim that I've done that.
I'll tell everybody.
And
I'll let everybody know that you are the one that was able to figure out the magic of the flying ship.
But that I was especially clever. And I think he likes that I'm clever. I think he likes me reading.
I don't think there's anything he doesn't like about you, to be honest.
I like it when he's cooking.
It's practically all he does.
It gets awfully hot over his stove, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. I'll leave you to that.
Okay,
And
Captain.
You go around with Edge to check out the ship. I assume other than the two fire holes, and I know there was some ballista being shot at it.
So
from down
there was a hole that was made kind of not below the waterline in the hull, and you pierced, you kind of shot free one of the cables that held the balloon bit aloft. So it's still functional, but it's not in full working order.
I suppose Tom would spend a little bit of time boarding up the hole in the hole, even though it's not below the water level. You never know with the weather. May take on some water. So he'd find some boards and nails and fix the hole.
Jim, what are you up to?
Jim is going to attempt to basically pick up the mark, all three marks actually that are on his tattoo, like almost just pick them.
To do what with them?
And he's going to plonk them on the head of this Warforged, right on top.
As you do that, you're kind of aware of the activity on the ship going down. All of that just stops, and the wind stops, and the sound of the sea goes completely silent. Well done. Well done. Of course, you actually have to bring this captain back to life and bring him into my service. You're so close. So close to not angering me. Don't leave it too long. I get your intention, but do follow through.
How can I go about bringing something like this back to life?
I imagine the same way you would bring anything else back to life. That's a problem I leave to you to solve. Where would the fun be if gods gave you all of the answers? Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. And everything comes back into motion. The wind starts blowing and the sea starts moving again. What's happening with the crews of these two ships as you are taking both of them?
Oh, all the goblins are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have anyone else on board the ship? Or was it just the goblins?
You have killed all of the non-catatonic inhabitants. So you'd have to distribute your current crew between two ships if you wanted to have them both crewed up. So if there are specific people who you want to bring across or leave, you can let me know. Or if you just kind of want a nondescript skeleton crew on one or the other.
Ed would be keen to check on the progress of the baby Periton, which I believe is still on the original ship, so would offer his services to man that ship on that basis.
Okay. So Tom would say we should split our group between the two ships. If Edge and Roger want to head over to the old ship, and then Tom, Buck, and Jim can stay here along with maybe Boomer and a couple nondescript labourers can come across here. Get this going. And where are we heading next?
How do we know if
As you,
Jim's quest is fulfilled?
Jim wants to take the Warforged to the other ship because what's her face does the red magic.
Yeah, we'll get Kathy over. I don't. Would we be
It's
able
easier to get Kathy to move over than pick up a ward forge.
Tom's strong. Tom can do it.
Just hike him over.
Tom is just thinking, when this Warforged comes back to life, is he going to want his ship back?
Jim.
What kind of controls would you have over him, bringing him back?
So if Tom was asking Jim, Jim would be saying along the lines of like, I got no idea, but she said with a captain, I get a ship. So I suspect he wants the ship or a ship. There's gonna be trouble. It depends what you want, Captain.
Well, I want the ship.
If you want this ship, Let's take him over to that one. You can have that.
I want that ship.
You want 2 ships?
I don't know which one I want yet, and most of the crew's on the other ship.
I mean, it's not called the Jacks of all trade, is it? It's the Jack.
Of all trades, with an S.
You could put him on a rowboat, Captain.
Oh yeah, or just a bit of driftwood, yeah. That could work.
Or maybe a sloop, like a small ship. That's still a ship.
What about a really large barrel?
Maybe the chest.
Roger's going back to the old ship.
Are we getting across between the 2 ships? They're now both on the sea, so we assume they're just close enough that we can...
They're still tethered to each other, but they are both in the water, so give enough time, they can pull, particularly as one is anchored.
Yeah. So Tom's thoughts are we either take over this ship and fly this ship, we take this ship and we sell this ship, or we take the old ship and just blow this one up. Don't know. He needs some help deciding.
I tell you what, if I speak to Kathy, then see what this whole resurrection malarkey's about.
Well, and 2 ships are better than 1, Captain. We can make preparations for him to be on one of the smaller ships.
Yeah. If you wouldn't mind asking the sisters to help out, that'd be great. With the whole running the ships.
Well, I mean, there's no need to... I can take care of it.
Thank you, Edge.
So, just so I'm clear, who is staying on the Silver Gull?
Tom is, and he'd recommend Buck and Jim to stay.
Buck and Jim?
As Buck's looking at the wizards and Jim is eyeing at the Warforged.
Okay.
Maybe ask... Tom would ask Boomer, as him and Boomer get along, to come and join over here. Maybe he can take a look at the weapons on the ship. Maybe they'd be of interest to him. Kathy to help Jim with his project. And then some unnamed labourers to help run the ship.
Gotcha. Kathy, where are you, Kathy? I'll find her at some point. Okay. So,
In terms of the distribution of sisters, it would seem that they would be primarily on the old ship.
that makes sense. Where is Kathy?
But we're going in the same direction, right?
So,
I mean, that's certainly what
Yeah.
the captain is planning.
That's the plan, but who knows? Plans don't usually work out. I'm sure splitting the party into 2 different ships is going to cause any issues later on.
No issues at all.
so Edge, you go down and you find your you find your pet looking very well fed, growing quickly.
I mean, Edge would have, in order to go and see Roughcut, he would have gone via the ship's canteen and picked up some bits of meat. and it would be a kind of like a bear hug style reunion. How big is this creature now? I mean, it probably hasn't grown larger than would be unreasonable. Okay, so it's a
Small dog.
A small dog. That's fine. Loyalty is more important than size at this stage.
Oh,
Is it reasonable?
You're feeding it regular. It's got no reason to distrust you.
Is it reasonable it would be able to fly at this point? I don't know what Periton growth patterns are like a small giraffe can stand hours after it's born. Do they have to wait until they're bigger?
I don't think you know. You could
Has
test
it flown? Let me ask that question.
No.
Okay, cool.
You're trying to get a flying mount, is that what it is?
I mean, 120% yes.
So
while feeding it, a bit like how sometimes you tease a cat so it stands on its back legs, Edge will be like, come on, you can do it.
Okay, yeah.
Just to see whether it would...
Give me an animal handling.
I really need to level up. When can we get a leveling up point? I feel like that's got to be soon. So Edge can throw it all into animal handling at the... Yeah. Ooh. Handling.
So as it kind of jumps up, you can see it's using its little wings to flap as it's jumped up. So it's kind of getting a bit of a feel for, I've got these, and these might be useful later. It's not flying, but it's definitely recognised that it has wings.
Amazing. Sometimes I will position one of the cats over my shoulders like a sort of scarf. Is it practical that Edge could do that with?
Yes, 100%.
Then that is probably how it'll, feeding it over his shoulder. Feeding her.
So you are bringing Kathy over to the new ship. Well, my dear boy. Is this what you want to breathe life back into? I'm impressed.
I dare say if it does actually breathe.
And when it does come to life, what is your plan for it then?
I guess I'll have to have some words with it and try and usher it into service.
Well, I look forward to seeing how this plays out. So you are both on this ship. So you're the Jim and Kathy and Vex Stormsong are on the new ship. Just so I'm completely clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody that broke out the prison is on this ship. Yes.
I mean, that's not necessarily why I was asking that.
Oh.
So,
Where did I end up? Sorry, I left
Old
midway
ship.
through a conversation. Okay,
You're with me on the old ship.
thank you.
And the sisters. And the little baby.
so let's begin, shall we? You want to do it here, or would you like somewhere more private?
Whatever works best.
I'd stand back if I were you. And she closes her eyes and puts her hand on the chest of this Warforged. And you see a glimmering, a purple wave of energy come out of her hands as she starts muttering. And you all have this kind of smell of like ozone in your nose, like there's something strange in the air here. And she starts muttering and rocking backwards and forwards, and as she's doing this, she reaches behind her and pulls a concealed knife out from her robes. She holds her hand up and she pierces the knife through her hand, and as she does that, the blood trickles down onto the Warforged and is immediately absorbed by the Warforged. As she's saying this, you can feel the tattoos, or where the tattoos were, because you did pull some of the key markings off them.
they start burning on your arm, Jim. And you can tell that something is happening. And she starts suddenly cackling, an impossibly loud cackle. The sound of it sounds like it's coming from the clouds. And you get the feeling that, like, you've seen magical people and you've seen like witches and things like that before, and you've seen wizards and mages. This seems bigger. This seems much more powerful. Like, she is unusual in her power. But then she turns to you with a grin. It is done. It's been a while since I've pulled that one off. I look forward to seeing what manner of chaos arises now. And the Warforged takes in a deep breath and sits up and starts to try to stand, but it's shaking its feet, so then slumps back down. I feel pain. I am alive. What happened? Where am I? Who am I? And is looking round for answers. And at this point, she grabs you, Jim, and kind of pushes you forward towards him. There you go, lad. Off you go. He's all yours now.
As you've been factory reset, you can just give him like a new identity. Like, oh, you serve the Raven Queen. Your name's Bob.
Bob Raven Queen Dweller.
Who am I? Who is she who breathed life into me?
She is a message from the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen is the one who has brought you back. She saw your importance. You are Vex and you are her servant. She saw fit to keep you going.
I am Vex, servant of the Raven Queen. I am a captain. Where are my crew?
Your crew have abandoned this location, but they fled with your ship.
Where is my ship?
You stumbled upon this one, and you sat down and succumbed to your injuries, but your crew have taken your ship, and I know not where.
What is the name of my ship? I will have it.
I don't know that, but I'm sure we can find that out. We've only come across you and found out a little bit of information about you. But we are willing to help. We've been sent by the Raven Queen to help. So we'll get you a ship.
Is Tom able to hear this conversation?
Yes.
Tom will say, we? Don't you mean you've been sent? I'm just helping you out because you're my crew.
Jim will message Tom. Say, that's right, Captain. But we need to put on a bit of a charade here.
All right, just make sure he doesn't try to take my new ship.
Aye, I can.
I serve the Raven Queen. I will serve. I will find my ship and serve the Raven Queen.
I will wait. And he sits back down in his seat, and Jim, you hear in your ears. Well, I suppose technically you passed. We'll see how this plays out for you. I have a feeling we're not done yet.
Can Jim reply to the Raven Queen?
You can try.
I've kept my end of the bargain. You said to bring the captain back. You didn't give any other specifications. But he is, of course, a captain, and I believe he should have a ship. So I do promise I will find him some form of ship to be on his way. And he, I'm sure, can venture forth and do as he must.
Shortly after this exchange, Boomer, who is on deck, kind of looks around, particularly at the captain. Speaking of, where is our heading, Captain? Where are we going?
Good question. Where are we in our quest? We've got 3 map pieces. We believe a certain somebody potentially has a 4th piece. But
What was the deal with where Saturday went? He disappeared into a void, as did Lord Carcer.
they both use Dimension Door, which allows them to teleport through the planes. We don't know where they went to, but I think that Carcer has the final piece of the map. It's kind of like he's also collecting these map pieces, or at least trying to steal ours, who say he hasn't stolen another one.
Do we know the name of Carter's ship?
Don't know. He has a ship, I think.
He does. We saw it like second episode.
You have seen it, but I don't think you know the name of it.
No. It's like a creepy ship. Are we able to potentially find out a location from the pieces we have? Because
Does anyone have any clues?
Can we see the
what's the
map?
last piece we got?
What? Yeah. What can we see?
So the last piece we got is the blood on the stone opens the gate.
I've got a bit of parchment that's got a big goblin and a little goblin and an arrow and a goblin head and some writing that I don't understand on it and a big mallet sort of thing and a big torch.
Is that what you
So
got
you've
from
got these things?
Oliver?
I got it from Rick. I don't know if it came from somebody else, sorry.
This is the... I feel like I shouldn't be telling you this because I did say 3 times that Roger pulled a piece of parchment out of the hand of Vex Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes. Sorry.
Oh, I really should have just let you not realise that you'd been told that 3 times.
I didn't realise it was the same thing. I thought it was like one of those secret messages that you're not allowed to talk about. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It was in the main chat as well.
We all heard it, but we assume that everyone's going to be responsible for their own right? Mandar.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, I full named you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to... There it is. There,
Right,
that thing.
it's most
Seen it
likely
before?
goblin. So I assume either Jim can use comprehend languages or books to translate it.
Maybe I've got the bone of the big dude. That I found
You got the bone of the definitely not goblin.
I guess Sat.
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Are we having a staff meeting? Is this currently what's going on
It's
at this point?
definitely
Yeah,
like
Just gone off
looking
to our
at
separate ships,
combination.
but
So, and judging that S is probably an A, because I'd like to be it could be Set or Sat, I guess.
Oh, wouldn't you think V was an E? Because the number of times it occurs.
No, look where it occurs though. Tell you what, let me write it down on some paper and then
Ollie the code cracker.
Are we
Sure,
using comprehend
picking
languages?
Yeah, you could just use comprehend languages. I think you have that, don't you? You use it as a ritual, so it doesn't use a spell slot.
Touche.
You cast this, and it is definitely not written in any other.
the map piece is at Melfra's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
boys! I cheated though.
I knew that was an E.
Now, when you say you cheated,
Second?
How did you do that?
What did you do to cheat?
I got that
ChatGPT.
far.
Oh, so goblin is like an actual language. That
Is it? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right. Sorry, if I'd realised, I thought it was just gibberish text. Right.
Oh, so this is definitely a code. This is not in Goblin.
Oh, right. So it is. So you just had an AI crack the code for you.
I did. Sorry.
No, that's
So
fine.
meta.
There will be consequences.
Is it fine, or are we going to get punished for that?
Oh, you are definitely getting punished.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to let us know that I did not do it, and it was all Alex.
So if I just pull you back to,
It's a shame if anyone was on a ship that.
Why the hell does he have that though?
Well, he doesn't. I've got it now.
Yeah, why did he have it?
if only there was some people to question. Kill them all.
Tried.
Alright, so I guess we're going south along the coast of Queenstone to Melfura's
Yep.
right.
I concur.
Is that the order given from the captain to both ships?
If we believe the map piece is there, then yeah.
Okay, you guys all you give the order, and presumably you untether the ships from each other because that's quite dangerous. So you head off, and yeah, the ships are a safe distance away. So you are not kind of side by side, but you are definitely kind of in a two-ship convoy. And as you are getting underway, Roger, where would you be on the ship at this point?
I'm pretty tired, because I'm a teenager. So I'm searching around for somewhere to kind of like bed down.
Okay, so Roger, as you are searching for somewhere to bed down, you just get a little knock near you on the wall. Knock, knock. Hi, Roger. I'm sorry we haven't spent much time together, but I just wanted you to. I found this really interesting thing in this book, and I thought that I'd share it with you, since we haven't spoken much. Says Book, standing in your doorway.
Okay.
And that is where we are going to call it.
Oh,
Book who's on our ship, right? Not that ship.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Roger can't tell.
right. Maybe Roger is present on both, because you know he's the powers yo.
Two tokens.
I mean,
Portal?
I assume everybody got the same message that Rick sent a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Or is one of you not who you are?
Couldn't possibly disclose either way.
Yeah.
There's no Irish here, so we can't be sure.
Talking of that, I need to go and pack the bag in a minute.
You know how you asked whether you'd be punished for using ChatGPT?
Didn't take long.
Nope.
Oh,
To be honest, I think I could have got that cipher regardless, and I would have accepted that it wasn't something that Edge would have known.
It's too late for that now.
But you did it, and then you said it out loud.
Yeah.
And now all of us know.
But not having seen the map, it wasn't. Yeah.
realistically, it's probably Book who would have deciphered it as well,
Unless Book wasn't a real person.
unless
Unless
it
Book
wasn't
was
real.
a figment of everyone's imagination. It was actually an imposter all along. Rick, have you got a telescope behind you?
I do have a telescope behind me.
Cool.
We had people around the other day, and they have quite a small, haphazard toddler. And we
How
didn't-
small if you need a telescope to see them?
So small, punted them into another garden. See them go.
Is that your excuse for why you have a telescope in that room? Definitely not still staring at the neighbours through the window.
Their neighbour's TV's huge.
Oh yeah.
Like, you don't need a telescope.
Yeah, I wonder. Might be too late for Peppa Pig. It might be clear.
Oh yeah, your room just got brighter.
Oh, he's got his. got his curtains closed. This time of night, he's usually playing Call of Duty.
Right.
You so should go on and try and find him.
That'd be scary here.
So we shall. I'll put you on the world map so you can see.
Can we have a quick rundown on which the order the map pieces are?
Oh, do you want me to put them on screen?
Yeah, I was just
I
looking
mean,
at
I've already
them.
opened them, but
I think I've got a
so
thing.
is it the trees the top left,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one with all the water's bottom left, and
Yep.
the third one's top right?
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
And there's nowhere on the map that looks like this.
I'm assuming the map isn't detailed enough. This is like a sort of lower level bit.
I don't know. You don't never know with Rick. He's like probably planned this like 10 years ago. It's like, oh, they finally got to the bit with the hidden map area.
Right, team, thanks for this evening. I need to go and pack for a trip to the island now.
The island.
Which island?
The island. The island where Connor lives.
Oh, Ireland.
Yes, not the
Yeah.
north bit, the island.
It's his birthday.
It's the
I
same.
would have gone, but I don't really have the money to go at the moment. So that time.
I'm going for a team 3 days to Sharm el Sheikh.
Oh, wow.
Ridiculous
Oh.
in its own right.
I'll be going to Amsterdam next week for a conference.
I've got to fly on EasyJet though, which is definitely the downside of working for
Oh.
EasyJet.
Yeah, I'm on EasyJet too.
Orange.
But I just realised I might not make it next week.
Oh, I hope there's no bad consequences.
Sad face.
No, we need you. We need you. I've done a bad thing.
I think Jim's probably got a few heals left. Oh, actually, did Jim use a second create water, by the way? Because I need
Yes.
to remove a spell.
Yes, you used the second one to put out the second bit of fire that was caused.
Okay,
As
cool.
we leave,
By your
are
lady
we
friend.
get a long rest on this journey that we're heading, or is there going to be something that happens to prevent that?
So it is. So if you are sailing, so you have two choices. You can sail down to Mellifera's Light, or you can sail to Moxizash or to the coast near Misha's Onyx and go by land. It is up to you, but the quicker way you would warrant would probably be to go by sea.
Yeah, go by sea.
Okay.
Sounds good.
In that case, it'll be probably 2 days travel.
Yeah, as much as I would like to explore all these places that you have created, I think go by sea will be the best option, since we got 2 giant boats.
What's the long term plan with the boats?
Well,
Is it now
either
flipped?
move over to the new one or sell it. Yes.
To be honest, it probably doesn't harm to have 2 boats at the moment. The way we're heading.
I mean, except for
Yeah.
this very specific situation where it definitely is harming you having 2 boats.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Right, anyway, night all.
Cool. Catch you later.
Yeah.
No.